Well, first off, I just wanted to have it duly noted that I do feel intimidated by you having these gentlemen hiding behind the curtain outside the door, out the front. If my children were to attend, which they would have to have had to attend if I hadn't been able to find childcare, they would be threatened by that. So I just want that duly noted in the notes that are being taken over here, that I do feel intimidated by that. I would also have liked to have had you put the PowerPoint presentation back up so that we could have asked the questions as we went through the PowerPoint presentation, so I'll do my best. And I have a couple of questions because you went to that side of the room a couple times. So one of the questions I have about the COLA, you're saying that the COLA is not sustainable, right? Can you tell me the last time the COLA was paid out, actually the inflation rate went over 3%?
Yeah, what I'm saying when the COLA is not sustainable, in reference to the current language of the 2010 language you had,
Okay.
that's not a cost of living.
Understandable.
It's a built-in.
When was the last time the inflation rate went over 3%?
I can't tell you the answer.
I can tell you it was for 4.5 months in 1991.
Yeah.
So that would have been the last time the inflation rate went over 3%, which would have given us the COLA payout. So you're asking for us to give you something that's just window dressing in a contract to say it exists, that it's never going to pay out?
COLA is based on cost of living. So it's based on.
On a piece of paper to say it exists. Unicorns and dairies exist too somewhere. Pardon me?
When inflation is runaway inflation, you would see that COLA.
Right, but the inflation rate has not been above 3% since 1991. It was the month of April, March, June, July, and September.
And with
those
that,
are the only
how many
times.
times has there been a COLA accumulated roll-in since 1991, to use your example?
But I'm just saying, if you want to come up with a provision, use one that pays. Use one that shows us. Either give us a wage increase or give us something that shows us.
But just to be clear, the cost of living provision isn't intended to be a wage increase the way the language is written. It's meant to protect you against.
Maybe God has a way to language is written, Jody, but it is, if you look under all the websites about anybody who has a cost of living allowance, it is made to help offset the increased cost of living. That's what it's called.
And that's what it's intended to do. Wage increases are different. What we're asking your negotiating committee is negotiate a wage increase and say we're asking for $1 an hour or 2% or whatever the amount is, but be transparent about it.
Then why do you have because you didn't negotiate.
Hi, me again. There was a long line over this. One of over 100 people in the middle felt like I had a gun put to my head during the last 2 weeks that we were still working. At the time they were to retire, I have a 15-year-old daughter. I had no intentions of retiring at 52 years of age. We talk about respectful, Josie. We can't do this every 3 years.
I agree.
No, it's going to happen every 3 years. You guys come to the table. You tell us you want us to give. We give. You lock us out the next 3 years. It's going to go on. You're not ever going to sustain a decent workforce because you're pushing us all out the door.
And that's certainly not our intent.
Yes, it was.
And it's a lot of difficult decisions for people, and a lot of folks made decisions both now when the plant was idle in 2009, and a lot of those folks weren't ready to retire. And that's certainly not what we hope for people to do. And again, it's unfortunate.
It's just to do.
I don't have a good answer for you in terms of how you fix that. But it's not our intent to go through this every year. And make the product, and that's what we're going to do.
Article 12, state's contract note. You wish to withdraw that from this contract? Is that correct?
Okay, so
Contract note states that we use this right to maintain our jobs in this plant, and you wish to take that away? So that, yes, it does, ma'am. Or you say it's not, you're going to tell me I'm protected by Article 20, which will go to a grievance procedure, which would take years. Meanwhile, you have somebody doing my job. So, contract note, whereas if I'm laid off, even you can bring somebody in and do my job. Excuse me, ma'am, I don't believe you. I went to my politician in my district, and I asked him about this inflation protection you claim you got in here. and I quote, your protection. 3%, he says, where do they get that from? Where is it ever going to go over 3%? You'll lose. Colon, we asked for no monetary raise because we believe we paid enough at the time. You're making us not negotiate fair. You are not negotiating fair, ma'am. You are violating this country's dictated laws, procedures, and everything that's been made up in 60 years. We come here for good wages, good benefits. You want to take it away. You want the people that are 30 years old with homes and mortgages. They need good paying jobs. You want to destroy that. U.S. Steel wants to destroy that. You want to take relations between a union and a company that were at one point good. They negotiated in good faith. You do not, ma'am.
What you presented here today is not a collective agreement. The collective agreement is every page of the collective agreement signed by both the company and the union, and it's beneficial for both parties. This is not that. May I continue? Okay. Now, we're at this point of a forced vote, and you're the company's representatives, and we respect your position and the company's negotiating committee's position, but we have our own representatives, and those are elected representatives at the hall. When this forced vote is denied, I would encourage you respectfully to go back to the company and say, let's get down to some meaningful negotiations and to get our members back to work, which you seem to be concerned about. We're concerned that you go back to work as well. Let's get this steel plant up and running again and have some meaningful discussions with the union that'll have a positive outcome and get everybody back to work.